Hello everyone, welcome to your second Bootstrap tutorial. And in order to set a very solid foundation for you on Bootstrap, I will show you how to use the Bootstrap website and find whatever help you need. When you visit the Bootstrap website is getbootstrap.com, as you can see right here at the top left corner of my screen. You have the getting started, which I just showed you of how to copy and set up Bootstrap. Then you have CSS, you have components, you have JavaScript, and you have customize. This components part is one of the most resourceful. This is how to use it. When you visit the components page, what you have essentially is a list, a long look at the right hand corner of this page. What you have is a very long list. It's not very long, but it's kind of a long list of everything Bootstrap can do for you. Alright, then the other thing you notice at this right hand corner is that there is a menu here. So if you're looking for anything, whether you're looking for drop downs, pagination, labels, badges, jumbotron, all the things you ever need in the page of a website is on the menu. So if you're looking for how to get anything done on Bootstrap, you just look for it here. Even pop-ups, slides, everything, you just click on it, see how they did it. So for instance, we can check on drop downs. Then I've clicked on it, then it has showed up on the side of this screen. So what you have is drop downs and examples and stuff like that. So this is a sample code for drop down. I can just hijack this code, dump in my HTML and modify. You understand? It's that easy. This code is what produced this. So visiting the Bootstrap website solves a whole lot of these problems for you. Then the other thing you want to notice about Bootstrap is that it has an amazing icon set. Really amazing icon set. So, and that's the first thing you see on the components page. A very wide range of icon sets, and they have added new versions, more new icons. And the other thing you want to notice about Bootstrap is that, hey, you can use it to build mobile apps. The interfaces of mobile apps can be built with Bootstrap, as we will soon see. Now that you have known how to handle Bootstrap, let us go to the next thing in Bootstrap. It's all about the grids. In Bootstrap, you have to know one thing, that the Bootstrap divides the entire screen of your laptop or phone or system or anything that you're using to view the Bootstrap page into 12 columns. It will just calculate its screen and divide it into 12 long columns like this. So if you want to build a div or something that covers only a portion of the screen, just imagine inside your mind, calculate and say, hey, this guy, if this screen starts from here to here and I want to build a side menu that stops here, I can guess inside my mind and say, hey, this side menu should be 3. If this length is 12, this side menu should be 3. So I'll give it a length of 3. It will just take this portion. Then you can pull right or pull left and get things to get to the sides of the screen. That is it. Like I told you, we may never ever even write any CSS at all to build a very beautiful website. So we'll start with grids. I know some people would have expected me as usual to jump into building sites straight, but it's good that you understand this structure of Bootstrap. So what we can do is to inside first of all, let us preview our site by going to the desktop. Remember, we created this folder, so we will open it in our web page, and it's already open. And as you can see, it's a blank page. So what we can do is to say, hey, let us test you. We can just create a random div and give it, let's give it a dark background and say, remember inline CSS we did in CSS? If you've not taken CSS tutorial, this is the best time to go back and take CSS tutorial on my YouTube channel. So what you have is style, and let's just say give it a dark background. You can say, hey, background, please be black. Alright, now that is settled. No, dark is not, pure black is not cool. Let's look for something light. A little lighter, something around here. This is the color we're looking for. Then inside that, in Bootstrap, if you want a div to occupy the whole row of the screen, what you will call it is we use class. In Bootstrap, most of the controls you'll be calling, in fact, all of the controls will be in a class. So since Bootstrap is linked, we can just say, hey, row. This means occupy the whole length of the screen. Remember, in CSS, if we wanted to do it, we'll start writing a CSS code that says display equals to block. Display and setting the value to block. Okay, but that's in the olden days. Now with modern Bootstrap, we'll just say row. Then let's see what row looks like. We'll refresh. Oops, we didn't even put anything inside. We can say anything. Okay, we'll refresh. As you can see, we have anything, and it occupies the whole row. I wish you could see the full screen of this laptop. Alright, so that's it in Bootstrap. And so something we can do is just to quickly put padding and say, hey, 10 pixels. 10 oops, we'll just say 10 pixels padding. Alright, this is enough for us to demonstrate what we want to do. And the next thing we'll do is to make sure to try and divide that screen. Alright, so we create another div inside just to show you what the 12% looks like. Okay, even without that, let's do it this way. I remove the row here and tell its class that just take the class and give me, like I told you, Bootstrap works for 4 main different devices, which is very small mobile devices where you have that is extra small devices. It uses the XS for it, and we have small, it uses the XSM for it. Then we have the medium devices. The medium devices is your average laptop, all those 15-inch laptops. Then you have it's called MD. Then you have LG, which is large, the larger desktops. The medium is the normal desktop. This is more like pads, tablets, and this is more like phones. Okay, so it's called LG. So if we want to specify anything, that we can say, for instance, this guy, if you are being viewed from a large desktop, you know, all those big-headed desktop occupy the whole screen. So we can say, hey, from a big-headed desktop, LG, what we'll do is colon LG. Remember, it divides itself into 12, so we can say, hey, 12, which means occupy the whole screen for large desktops. Then for small screen, for medium desktops, for me like mine, you can say, hey, if it's being used by a medium desktop, make it occupy half of 12 is 6. Okay, half. You understand what I'm doing right now? Okay, so let's go and view and see what will happen. We'll come here and refresh. As you can see, alright, we nearly fell into a trap of doing something crazy. This is Bootstrap now, so things operate differently. Let me show you what caused that. We were working on having this guy. We wanted to demonstrate an example of just having this guy, this div, to reduce to half. And actually we've set it here, but the problem was that, as you can see, I minimized the size of my browser. As you can see, the browser is just minimized. Look at what the length of my screen looks like, and the browser is minimized. So Bootstrap sees this minimized browser as the interface of a tablet. So which means the code we are putting here is not working because it's not a full PC. It's not being viewed by a large screen. This is a tablet screen. So for us to get it to work here, we have to work with this guy, this mall that works for tablets. So we can say, hey, call SM 6 is half of the screen. So with our browser still minimized, we can refresh and we have it at the middle. Alright, now let me just get back and show you. If we revert to what we had before and maximize the browser screen, we refresh, and then what if we maximize the browser screen? I am going to hit the maximize button here. My browser screen is back to full screen of my laptop. So let me refresh. As you can see, it didn't halve itself because this code is not working. Bootstrap is seeing my laptop screen as large. My laptop screen is 15 point something inch or something thereabout. So Bootstrap thinks it's large. So this is what is happening. 12 means 100%. So that's why this 6% guy is not working. If I refresh, nothing happens. But then see what happens when we change this guy to 6%. 6. That's like 50%. So we get back and refresh. There we have it. So if we wanted to build a side menu, what do you think we should put here? This should be like 4. This should be like 3. Let's put it at 3, for instance. We can say, hey, 3. Whatever is in this div should only occupy 3/12 of the screen size. So we'll just refresh and there we have it. Okay, so I hope you get the idea now. If we just make it 1, for instance, or just 2, the more you reduce it, the more it reduces in length, as you can see, in width. So that is it for grid. It's called the grid system of Bootstrap. Once you get this concept, the rest of Bootstrap is easy. Once you get the grid concept, you understand. So for phones, so what we can do now, the secret for designing for phones is that most menus, side menus, phone screens are quite small, and most side menus, they will have to be 12. So this guy that is 2 here, in a phone screen, I'll put it as 12. A phone screen should be, I will say, hey, another secret is medium and large should always have the same size, because the difference is not much. For me, in my own design pattern, I make sure that medium and large are the same. Then depending on what I want, XM might be the same with medium, but then phones are usually the largest. Anything side menu in phone is the same thing as just filling the full screen, which is co, access, and fill the full screen. All those menus you have in a phone, if you try to put it at the corner, it will be too tiny. So it's better it fills the full screen. So when you're designing your website, it's either you don't put the menu at all for mobile, or you put it and make sure that it fills the full screen. Alright, so that's it. We have done a div that shows displays differently on different devices. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.